This right back, Charlie's definitely.
People, Deluded, I'm back again. First things first, big up yourself whether you're on Twitch or YouTube. Please make sure you're smashing the like button, people, and subscribing with Amazon Prime if you're on Twitch. Now, I know I have a diverse set of supporters. Big up yourself. So first things first, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. Hope you're doing well and safe. Hope you've all had a great week. Hope the weekend's been great. I think I speak for every Arsenal fan where we're probably still cheesing over the game at the Emirates with Real Madrid, but to do what we did at the Bernabeu, it's been a great day for week and probably years for football content, man. Like, let's be honest, like, how many times have we all watched the Declan Rice free kick, the Declan Rice performance at the Bernabeu, Lewis Skelly on the pitch as well as doing the Vamos stuff, Martinelli scoring and everything in between. In fact, when Martinelli scored, obviously people at the game, they're uploading their clips. You know, somebody that people doubt in Martinelli. Martinelli is scoring the third goal and he's emptying the Bernabeu. This is what dreams are made of. Even weirder than, or just parking off Arsenal for a sec. I mean, the fallout with Real Madrid. I mean, this club social media team and all of the players and everything, they were doing too much. But you know, a club that is allergic to failure, you know, a team that wins stuff 9 times out of 10 and could still win a trophy and sack Carlo Ancelotti. I'm a bit shocked at the questions being asked. Naturally, you live or die by those high standards. They've got top class and world class players. They're players who won stuff for their country as well as the club, and that's the belly of the beast, really and truly. I think above everything, though, those connected with Real Madrid, they just can't accept the fact that Arsenal won. And it's not even necessarily an Arsenal thing. It's just, you know, we've got a manager learning his trade, players learning their trade. Bukayo Saka is chipping, you know, and that's even that. Because on another day, if Saliba drops a clanger and Saka misses a penalty, rival fans would be able to talk a lot of nonsense. Doing that and presenting Real Madrid with the only goal they scored, essentially, it's the stuff of movies, man. And it just shows that, listen, this club is a good. We can have questions about Arteta and these players and not getting over the line in the Champions League. I'd say that would be focused in the Premier League and domestic cups. But don't let people convince you. The only question around Mikel Arteta is, can you get over the line? The only question with this football club is, can we take the potential we have and go over and win stuff? Don't let people convince you. You can have questions, but don't move that we're not a fucking amazing football club and a bloody good football team with a very good coach and players young and old that are decent, man. Hopefully Berta can do what needs to be done. Arteta can evolve the system and actually find a way for low blocks. You know, I wish we could play Real Madrid every week, man. You know, I mean, I wasn't nervous when it comes to Real Madrid. Well, you know, they say Arsenal are only good in the small games, if I'm honest with you. So, yeah, we're decent, man. You know, if it was Fulham or something of that ilk or West Ham or even Newcastle, that who's had our number, that would have been a game I would have been like, ooh. And I would say to the footballing world, make sure, I'm not saying Arsenal going to win certain things, just make sure we don't, especially in this season with who we've got up front and the injuries and the talking points and the questions, make sure we don't win the champs, because I and every Arsenal fan, we have to be unbearable. Forget being humble, man. Forget all of that. But yeah, big up yourselves, people. We're going to go over Mikel. To be fair, we're here for a minute, people. We have to go over Mikel Arteta's press conference after the Real Madrid second leg. We have to see what he said in relation to Ipswich, and respectfully to Ipswich, I'm pretty sure a lot of that will be dominated around Real Madrid and everything else, man. There's all transfer news, isms and schisms, you know, Partey, Lewis Skelly, you know, Real Madrid could have beat us on the pitch. They're linked with, you know, trying to beat us off the pitch. They've been linked with Garcia and Zubimendi. So a lot to discuss, man. Big up yourself, P. Appreciate you, my brother. Hope you're doing well and safe. Vito, morning. Gio, my guy. Appreciate you. James, come on. Marcel, big up yourself. Marcel's a good guy. You see, he's misunderstood. He's a troll. He's a nuisance, but he's one of ours, man. You do too much, though, man. You need to troll in stages, man. I don't mind it. I think it's quite funny, and you're part of the family here, but yeah, man, you've been doing madness and kicking up a storm, man. You're a moderator, man. Set a good example, man. Man said 7 a.m. team no sleep with Daya. Big up, Mr. Talksport. Appreciate you, Marcel. I don't know if I'm Mr. Talksport. I must admit, yeah, you lot keep running that. My brethren keep running that. I'm not. They're just giving me a couple call-ups, man. Like, how would I come? How would I? So Merino up front thing, essentially. Is a Merino up front. I'm just taking it and running with it, man. Williams, appreciate you. We got American. Well, Marcel's American as well, and he's up at 7 a.m., man. Appreciate you lot, but you lot get some sleep on the weekend, man. This video will be there when you lot wake up, man. Big up yourself, Williams. Respect. Sorry, manners and respect from Connecticut. Right back at you. I've had a pop-up clinic I'm running today. What's the most important thing young ballers should know? That's a good question, and one that I'm not. Who am I to answer that? But there's a few things. It's gonna sound cliche, but I would say be open to learning, because you look at someone like Bukayo Saka, clearly he's got ability, but if you look in the modern day at this moment in time where you've got Enrique, Mikel Arteta, all these micro managers, and that's probably going at club level, that's probably going on at all different levels. You need to be able to retain information. So I would say that. I would say uplift your teammates and understand your teammates, because again, you might be a striker and there might be 2 left wingers. You know, certain passes you can play to, you know, the ball might come into my feet. I know my teammate. This guy, the first guy I'm talking about, I know if I get the ball into feet, I know without looking, he's already made that run. But a next man might not have that intelligence. So do I need to take a touch and things of that ilk? So I would say that. And I would say be brave, man. Don't play within yourself, especially as young players. When you're playing with older kids or you're playing with people that are a bit more with chest, or you know, you're playing with players that are better than you. I would say that. If you're talking like technicals, master the fundamentals, man. Master one touch. One if you can, 2 if you need, 3 if you have to, in terms of touches. I'd say master the fundamentals. If you're always looking over your shoulder and you've got a first touch and you're always aware, that is a very underrated aspect. You know, that is something, especially in the modern day. You look at Declan Rice, more so in central midfield. Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, to a degree, Lewis Skelly, every footballer, every world-class footballer, you know, they're very proactive. They've seen what's going to happen before it's happened. And before you've seen Luka Modric, or maybe not against us, but Luka Modric or this one or that one play that fantastic pass, they've read that situation 10 minutes before it's happened. So that'd be my 2 pence, man. What do you mean he's leaving? We're gonna get into that. Just cool, man. Smash the like button. Just cool, man. We're warming up the show, man. We just got into the rave, man. Like, let me put my jacket down. Let me get a drink. Let me find where to chill. Let me see where the Badinas are, and then we can start dancing, man. Just cool, man. Just cool. On paper, he's going anyways. Arsenal winning Spain. DG turning 30. Who would have thought? You're a fool. These man still chatting about the Bernabeu result. You know, let it go. We never let it go. Never let it go. Never let it go. We're gonna keep talking and talking and talking. Especially not even the fact that we beat Arsenal, Real Madrid, but we did it with a young Lewis Skelly. We did it with no striker. We did it in this crap domestic season for us. You know, the only goal we gave them was a mistake from us. Mistakes, we making mistakes. But Bukayo Saka's trying to chip penalties. It's a movie. Everything is a movie. We did you know. I went to the Bernabeu. I didn't go to the Bernabeu, but metaphorically, I went to the Bernabeu calm. Now that's testament to us. I'm not even dissing Madrid. That's because of what we done in the first leg. When we were drawn against Madrid, of course I was pessimistic. But if I ever thought we'd have won, it definitely wouldn't have been in those circumstances. And ultimately, yeah, people can do the, oh, you ain't won a trophy. And don't get twisted. I think every Arsenal fan being in the semi-finals wants to win the Champions League. But like, come on, man, let's put our football caps on. Like, let's put our rival things to the side, the banter to the side. Bro, that's a very good achievement. So big them up. And it's sad, man, because there's a reality. You did what you did against Madrid. I keep mentioning Man City, and I know they're not Liverpool, they're 5th and whatnot, but currently Real Madrid and City hold the Champions League in the Premier, right? We all know it's going to Liverpool, and we all know Madrid can't. We beat, by that logic, to be the best, you got to be the best, right? We beaten the best, and there's a reality where this season ends with no silverware, and for me, that would be the toughest pill to swallow, if I'm honest. A bit like last season. Like, there's a reality, man, where I know it didn't happen, but, you know, all you got is hypotheticals where the 2022-23 season, we win the league, quote unquote, we win it by a point like City did last year. Okay, we have a bit of a fall off. Liverpool run away with it. This domestic season happens and we bring the champs. We're laughing. Might even have picked up an FA Cup or a League Cup, which, you know, one criticism for Arteta, we need to start being better in the FA Cup. But unfortunately, reality isn't there, man. And again, looking at the Premier League, yeah, we want to be a team that's competing for 4 trophies. At the minimum, if Liverpool, we made it, it's nothing to do with Liverpool. It's testament to Liverpool. It's damning on us. Like, I don't think we've been in a title race this season. Maybe by default, yeah, we're second. But how many times have we led it? How many times have we made ground on Liverpool? even before, you know, it was kind of a write-off in that regards, man. So like, we just need to fix up, man. I always say Arsenal in the last few years, including this year, I think we are our own biggest enemies. Before I look at Liverpool and testament to them, before I look at City and what they've done, testament to them, I'm kind of airing the Champions League because I am of the belief, well, I hope we win the champs, but I would like to win everything. But I just think you've got to kind of be winning a couple of Liverpool exception, to be fair, but winning a couple of prems, kind of bullying the domestic league, then you can start moving with chess in the continental competitions. But yeah, man, they will talk about this result against Madrid for ages, milking it. Of course we will. Of course we will. 100% we will. We're bored of talking about the top six in the Premier League. You know, we're in a day and age where Arsenal draw and people behave like it's losses, but we want to be in a day and age, right, where we're competing for 4 trophies, right? There's a reality where, well, you'd love to think we made a meal of this. Well, in this reality, we would have made a meal of the Premier League fight, and, you know, us and Liverpool, give or take, it's 1 or 2 points going into the Anfield game in a few weeks, this all to play for. We want to be in that realm. Now, I only say that to say this. You look at, if that was the case, and obviously we're playing Ipswich tomorrow, we will be doing a watch along. I'll say it all up. Make sure you turn on your notifications. But we're playing Ipswich. We've obviously had Everton. We've obviously had Brentford. We've had the Champions League. You know, we want to be looking at it like tomorrow is all to play for kind of thing. That's what we want to be in a year from now. As romantic as it is, of course, I would love to be in a semi-final next year. Now, take nothing away from the players, but I don't really want to see. I want to be going into these things with a bigger squad, with Gyökeres or something up front, with proper options in centre mid. I'm not saying Marino can't be a part, but it is romantic. But like, look at what we've done by not handling business off the field. Because imagine we had the summer we needed to have. Imagine we had the January period we needed to have. You know, this has been a year of transition. It was a mess of a summer and whatnot. January didn't happen. Edu cut out from the scene. Didn't replace him up until recently, and we've still managed to have some good moments across the domestic calendar. Like, it's not good enough because we want to get over the line. Arteta and everyone says it, but look at what we've done. But that's the problem. Like I'm saying there, look at what we've done. There's nothing set in stone in 20 years. Imagine we was making it all or nothing this season. We go win the champs. It would have been crazy. But yeah, Partey out for the first leg is huge. Who will play with Rice because Vitaya Ruiz are technical. Mustafa, it's one where, well, you hope it realistically, we ain't got much to pick from in it. So I don't imagine Mikel Arteta is going to do, I wouldn't say left field choice, but I don't think, you never know. And it might, you could argue maybe something different. But I don't think you're going to see Lewis Skelly organically start in midfield. We all know he inverts, but I don't think you're going to see that against PSG. I don't think you're going to, needs must, but I don't think you're going to see Lewis Skelly there. I don't think you're going to see Zinni. I don't think you're going to see something of that ilk. You would imagine there's only really 2 options you can do in that. Jorginho comes in, and even that, if Jorginho starts, I don't know if he's got 90 minutes in him in the first leg, but Jorginho would naturally come in. If Jorginho isn't going to come in, then whether we like it or not, I do think you'd move Mikel Merino back into midfield. That would probably, well, it does mean, you never know, but Rice would have to move to the right-hand side. You get Trossard through the middle. I don't think you're going to see Martinelli in that regard. And yeah, hopefully we have a fighting kind of chance, if it makes sense, man. And it's a weird one because I think it will be a good game for the neutrals. I kind of think different, but our weaknesses are also kind of PSG's weakness. I think we're quite similar. I think both teams can hurt each other on the ball, but I think it'll be off it. And I'm not like, how do I make it make sense? Like Jorginho on the ball in a big game and all of these kind of things. I do think people do Jorginho a bit of a disservice. We know he's aging. We know he ain't got the legs and things of that ilk. But I do think people hear Jorginho, or some Arsenal fans, and they say, "Oh my God, like it's Jorginho, like he's gonna get ripped." So that I'm confident in him putting in a performance, doing better than what's expected. I'm definitely confident with, you know, the psychological factors. You see him always basically coaching on the pitch with the ball. That's all good, but it's defensively. Like, and it's not even just Jorginho, because I do believe the manager and the players, you need to know your teammates. Obviously, Declan Rice will have to switch on a bit more. And actually, Declan Rice and Jorginho, obviously, Partey and Jorginho is our best pivot. And that's probably been our best pivot. But there was a time where, maybe more so last season, where it felt like Declan Rice had a lot, I'm exaggerating, but there was a lot of people playing in that left 8 with Declan Rice, and he had to play as a 6. And then, you know, when Jorginho came in, he was doing the 8 thing. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I feel like his best football at a time in this football club has actually come with Jorginho in the pivot. And to be fair, Jorginho's extremely experienced. Why are you here supporting DG then? Who? Who? ABC Marcel starting his BS, man. Should we talk about Liverpool? What's there to talk about? They won the league, mate. It's all going too gravy over there. They signed, what's it? Van Dijk and Salah signed new deals. They won the league. Don't worry, though, because it burns them. Can't you see them? Trent, you're a traitor. How dare you dare to live the dream of going and playing for the biggest club in the world, Real Madrid? You're a local boy. You won everything. We don't care about your dreams. It's crazy. DG, replace Marcel with me as a mod. I'll get you subscribers and up the likes. I don't know how you're gonna do that, but no. Marcel's part of the family here, man. It's this guy. Marcel, please, man. Come on. It's like I'm Mikel Arteta and you're Martin Odegaard. Right now, I got nothing to defend you with, brother. Why can't you be like Foxy, man? Rule number one for young players: discipline on and off the pitch. Exactly. Foxy just does his little trolling, his little. I hate when Foxy goes. He puts it in an eloquent way. He always says stuff like, "Oh, they have to win. You have to beat this one. You have to beat that one." And fucking sport Newcastle, like Maino turned 20 today. Has had an excellent big moment. He's a humble baller. Big up, Kobe Maino, man. He scored a dramatic goal. I'm on Marcel's side. Look at him. He's getting his demons, man. Come on, man. Is that what Arsenal versus Madrid? I hope so. If he wants to join it, Marcel, big up yourself. You lot, stop the in-house, man. Stop the in-house. And you lot are both North American as well. Everyone leave each other alone, man. Gyökeres looking more and more likely, brother. You got a hat-trick yesterday. I'm not going to lie. The free kick was good. Couple instinctive finishes. I do think there's a bit of defensive tax. Not that you don't see clangers defensively from a lot of leagues, but it's looking a bit. And shout out Arsenal's ladies as well for not only beating Real Madrid, but they're playing Lyon in the Champions League as well at the Emirates. Should have went, to be fair, man. Should have done a watch along, to be fair, if I'm honest with you, man. But yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Smash the likes, big up fam zone, man. Hey, trenches. I had a shit performance on the quiz yesterday. I was too knackered, man. I was too knackered, but it is what it is, man. DG, is it just me or your mic's bugging out? Me? Oh, jarring for that. Am I hearing all crisp and whatnot? Hello. Yeah. Wrong mic settings. Appreciate you. See, you're the only one switched on. Declan Rice in the chat. Where you been? You've been missing. It's going to be a standard Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard in the middle. I mean, what else can we do? You want to live in a day and age where you're going into games like that. You got Rice, you got Zubamendi, probably a next one. And yeah, man, if and when likely Jorginho plays or Marino plays, naturally, the man can't just all play 90 minutes. You might see Zinni in midfield. There is logic. If we're talking left field options, I wouldn't mind Lewis Skelly in midfield. But then the issue with if you played Lewis Skelly in midfield is who plays left back. Do you think about PSG? And obviously, both teams are going to have a lot. Don't get it twisted. Their wingers are going to have their work cut out against our fullbacks and vice versa. But their wingers are going to have to help their fullbacks. And the same goes for us. So do you have that thinking and you play a kind of defensive minded left back, which is Tierney? Obviously, I don't think that's going to happen. Mikel Arteta wants the inverted stuff. So do you go with Miles Lewis Skelly in midfield if we're human for this example, and then you start Zinni? I don't think that's going to be the case. I do think Mikel Arteta is playing a bit of a game with Calafiori, because he kind of talks up the fact that he'll be back and kind of plays it down. Obviously, he's not going to be fit enough. Big up in the circle. I knew when I mentioned Zinchenko, this guy would say something. He said, no, Zinni holds bench. Keep hearing this. Arsenal have to win the champs this year. Utter bollocks. Yes, we want to, but it's sport. Just second year back in it. You can't expect to win it. It took Oil Chester 12 effing attempts. You're right. And to be fair, I've seen in the circles language change, you know. Like, he's been from pessimistic to becoming a top gooner of sorts. But I wouldn't say we have to win. You know, bro, you know how the narrative is going to go. End of the day, logic isn't going to sell. When everybody takes off their rival cap, banter cap, and as I always say on this channel, we're fans of football first, our club second, and we stop the nonsense. Arsenal don't have to win it. Like, we are not one of the favourites. You can't give with one hand and take with the other. You can't say, oh my God, Real Madrid is still Real Madrid, or this, all the connotations which are valid with Real Madrid when the draw was made, right? It's the biggest game of our careers. We go and bop them, then we bop them again. Then people are saying, oh, it's the worst Real Madrid in ages. One, what the hell does that have to do with us? Two, Bayern, we said that last season in that, yeah, it's not the best Bayern, it's still Bayern. Three, you still have to earn the right to win. Four, if it's not the best Real Madrid side and you can still call upon across the two legs, Rudiger, Bellingham, Valverde, Mbappe, all of these kind of guys.
That's pretty good. And equally, what I would say to that kind of logic is, okay, cool. That's not the best Madrid side. Is this the best Arsenal side of the 3 years? Is this the best football Arsenal have played? Are we as great defensively, or are we getting them plaudits that we were last year and the year before in an attacking sense? Is that our? I know we have questions about our strongest 11. Is that our strongest 11? If you, and football's a funny game. If you said in August we would have beat them across 2 legs with that starting 11, a young Lewis Skelly, Kivior's not our first choice centre half, Timber playing bare minutes with his ACL, Partey and all of this, Declan Rice performing in the 8 and his performances across the 2 legs added to his free kicks. No, you wouldn't. So we don't have to win it. We don't have to win it, but at the same time, internally now, talking to us Arsenal fans, I think Mikel Arteta and them, man, they have the have to win it thing, because you've been presented an opportunity. Yeah, we're trying to become that team and set ourselves up, you know, and do this long-term thing so that we can have sustained success. But in life, sometimes you're presented opportunities. When we was nobody in the 2022-23 season had us down for fighting for the league, but life threw us something, and we obviously we failed to bring it home. Champions League, we probably weren't going to be in anyone's semi-final attempts, but we've been given an opportunity, and go and relish it, man. As I always say, these are first world problems now at Arsenal Football Club. Draws feel like losses. We shoot ourselves in the foot. You know, you've seen the results we've done. We've been crying all season, rightly so, because we're getting smoked by Liverpool again. Liverpool probably didn't expect to win the league, but they were presented an opportunity and ran with it. And look at what we're doing. So we don't have to win it, but we're so close. All 4 teams have a chance. For me, the one team I don't really want to play is Inter Milan. Defensively spot on. That actually is a kryptonite. As I said, we need to find a way to break down low blocks. I just think Inter have a mix of everything. I'm not saying we don't have a good manager, but I think Inzaghi's good. Obviously, they're trying to fight for, they like Real Madrid going into this tag. They're still fighting, for a treble. You don't really see 2 strikers up front, and it looks like Lautaro Martinez is in a sweet spot of form. Him and Thuram. They got good midfielders with Barella. We competed against them in the league phase, of course, and there was a dodgy penalty. We played PSG. I think that's going to be a good game. I think we need to, going into that game, obviously we did a lot of things great against Madrid, but I would, if it was me with Arteta, I would say, like, tell my team, keep doing what you're doing. Keep having, especially how we handled it psychologically going into the game at the Emirates. And obviously, you know, you listen to Lewis Skelly and Rice, and you see all the before, like when they're walking out, and they gave some good insight. Like even Lewis Skelly said, I wasn't shook, but yeah, it was like a pinch me moment kind of thing. But then we got with it. So take that. But then I'd also remind us of fine margins, because this is the first time in a while, and we earned it. This is what I mean by when I say you earn your luck. Our performances across these 2 legs meant we lived in a reality where Saka's chipping a penalty, it's not happening, and we're still winning. Saliba can have a little F up, and it's not happening. Couple nervy passes initially in the first leg, and it's calm. But I would remind people of, at times, that is what makes or breaks a game. You look at the first game. I don't like how everyone just focuses on the fact that it was Kivior, and he didn't have no glaring errors. But, you know, the first leg, Kivior, Timber, Partey, Bukayo Saka, they were all good, but there was some stray passes that didn't go unpunished with Real Madrid. Now, you might not get that against PSG, right? Obviously, Saka, if you're presented another penalty, big up you for having the bollocks to take these penalties consistently throughout your short career so far and actually chip it at the Bernabeu. But there's a reality is another world in a game like PSG. It might not be the lead we have. You have a penalty. You're trying to be too smart. Is what it is. Saliba, you were very good across the 2 legs. Obviously, agendas. People are just going to see the F-ups. We know he had a good game, but not that it's anything. But if anyone was to say across the 2 legs, someone would make a mistake, it probably would have been Kivior. So there's little things that we can do. Zini will be in the 8, Rice in the 6. I don't think so, my boy. Well, go on, DG. Big up. Man's been walking chest high since eliminating Madrid. My mates can't stand me in that. Long may it continue. Keep it up, mate. Keep it up, mate. Don't give them an inch. Partey out is a big issue, though, for real. It's a massive issue, but we've been dealing with injuries. We're going to have to find a solution, man. Again, obviously, we want to win the game, give ourselves a good platform, but we're just going to have to fight, man. And it's annoying, man. I'm not even vexed at Partey for getting the yellow. I am because of the fallout, but in the game, the Madrid players were doing too much. But that's just a vibe of people. That's an example of people tricking you out of your position, per se, man. Because if Partey kept it stum, it's all good. And I swear after going into the semis, no, it can't be. I was about to say it gets rescinded. That's a dumb rule, man. Like once you get past the quarters, it should kind of be relinquished. Like there should be a yellow amnesty. But then again, it's I don't want to sound harsh, but you could argue it's our fault, man. Of course, we don't want players suspended and whatnot, and I don't want to be that guy, but going back to the summer, if we equip the squad well, we had someone that's levels with Partey or a decent option, we might still be vexed at Partey, but we might be looking at this quote unquote differently, man. But it is what it is, man. MLS 6, Rice 8, Marino false 9, and one of the Tierney/Timber Zini left back, maybe Calla. It all depends on the minutes. Ironically, one of Calafiori's best games in an Arsenal shirt, I believe, was at home to PSG. Smash the likes and sub up if you haven't. Make sure you're following Fams on TV. Do the Arsenal Women's Champions League watch. It's in 4 minutes, man. I'm not Superman. There's no way I'm gonna get a thumbnail and all of that kind of just sorted already, man. Yeah, stop throwing shade, man. Stop throwing shades, man. This is my first time seeing us in the semi-final, fam. Gassed. But it'll be my third time off the top of my head. Probably a lot more. Well, no, it's not a lot more in my 29. I'm not even 29 anymore. 30 years off the top of my head. Obviously, we got there in 09. We got smacked by United. We obviously went to the final in 06, so we went there and we're there now. There might be another year, but I don't think so. I'll be real, man. Let's be real. Arsenal fans, young and old, like, we need to win more Premier Leagues, but our history in the domestic, international trophies, the champs, the Europa League, whatever, it's not good enough for a club like us. We're the biggest team to have never won the Champions League, and that needs to change. Hopefully it can, man. Hopefully it can. Back to Arsenal. We need a trophy this season. And it's just nice to see. I know other content creators, you know, the more liberal and the more far right, still kind of going at it, but it feels like there's been, quote unquote, a bit of peace. Like we get, because this is all people want to see. That's what I find funny. Everybody sees things differently, but we all want the same thing, to see Arsenal win. And for those of you that are not Arsenal fans, the same with you lot. Of course, we don't have to win. It's just narratives from haters so that they can mock us when we don't win. Just boring, not analysis. But you know how their game in a circle, man. That's why I say, as much as I wish we lived in a world, and I always say this, that not just Arsenal or Arsenal players, but everybody was spoken about, critiqued, or praised fairly. But as George Graham said, we're supposed to be hated. They don't want, they're already biased against us. Why are we, I'm not saying anyone is, but why are we seeking validation from external people? And why are we asking them to speak on us fairly? They didn't give us a chance. They don't rate our manager. They were sitting there. Oh, they told us Saka's not world class. Imagine we listen to their bullshit. So look at what Saka's done for club and country for years now. And people are forgetting this is a 60% Saka that's done what he's done in those 2 legs. Come back from a hamstring injury. It's like he's never been missing. This is an all-timer of a season from Saka. And for me, it sounds mad, but I think this season is a coming of age of Saka. I can't explain it, but it feels like, obviously he's a good player. He's got good temperament. He never reacts. But it feels like a switch has been flicked, man. I look at how, I would say he got a bit cheesed. Not to say he's better than them, but in the build-up to the first leg, like the press conference, it seemed like he got a bit cheesed off when they were making it about him versus Mbappe and Rodrigo, talking like he's not levels, like he's not a good player as well. The talking points after that game at the Emirates, and obviously what we saw in the Bernabeu, you know, Carvajal doing the moles, Rodrigo and Vinicius doing the moles. You know, that's the best team shape they had when they tried to gold Saka for chipping. So, yeah, man, I think this is, I think a penny, I wouldn't even say a penny's drop. It just feels like there's something that's changed with Saka. It's like, I'm one of them, you know, like I might not be Lionel Messi and that, but if you're talking, I don't know, best players in the world, Mbappe, Salah, Vinicius, all of the Yamal, all of these random names, you got to throw Saka's name in there. And it's like, I'm one of them now kind of thing. And he's getting against Madrid. Obviously, he won the 2 free kicks in the first leg, but across the 90 minutes, when I watched it again, it's like he's become one of those players that we know he's inevitable. He can make things happen, but it's like opposition teams know that, like, the way it just feels a bit different when they're trying to tackle him versus the other players, man. What a player, mate. But yeah, man, they're not going to forget all of them. Arsenal, the favourites now, best defensive team left. Nasty is statistically Inter Milan. Everyone in their own right's a favourite. You know, Enrique's been the distance. Couple of the PSG players have been burnt in the final. Obviously, with what they're doing on the football pitch, that extends to Inter Milan. Barcelona, it extends to them, especially with Hansi Flick. We're the new kids on the block in this regards, but we have got players that have been there. And also, at the end of the day, we can't get excited. But, bro, if you dump out Real Madrid, that's a statement. Let's be real. All the other teams will get plaudits off their own back. But if PSG, Inter Milan, and Barcelona, if their route to the semi-finals was dumping out the 15-time winners and the current holders, the media would be saying, yeah, nah, it's a statement. They've dumped out the holders. They've puffed out chests. So why can't we? We just need to stay humble. But I don't know about the favourites. Jorginho's hips must be fine. Reports are saying he's struggling bad. I thought it was his chest. I don't know, man. Busquets settings on me. Clocking your mic was off. Been busy lately being a tax consultant. Glad to see you're healthy and well. Big up yourself, Cube. Tax consultant. Hey, get to 100k subs. We're going to need you. Gonna need you. You seen the tax rate in this country, mate. I'm watching the women, so I won't be watching today's stream. Have a nice one. Big up yourself. And again, big up the ladies. After that's done, the vid will still be here. City fell off. Liverpool stepped up after making one signing. Exactly. I don't think Liverpool fans or Arsenal would be happy with their summer or January. But at the end of the day, when life throws you an opportunity, go and take it. You might go to a rave and you're not planning on talking to Gad, but the most beautiful woman might walk past you. Are you going to take advantage of that? Seize that opportunity? Who knows? That could be the woman you end up marrying, mate. So in the moral life, take chances, man. No watch along for the semis of the Women's Champions League game. Going to start in a few. You know what? I'm going to make a promise to start doing more women Arsenal content and everything else. You don't make me feel guilty, man. I don't even think you lot care that much when I do watch alongs. But when I don't, there's a lot of you like, hey, man, where's the watch along? I felt so guilty across these 2 legs in the Champions League. If we get to the final, we have to do the Champions League watch along. At this moment in time, we will be doing a watch along for PSG in the first leg. But again, touch and go, mate. We'll beat you. As my manager said, like with Madrid, we're going to say the talking to the pitch. We don't talk too much. We don't do the talking. We leave that to you lot. If you don't want to do the talking and you're going to beat us, bring it on, man. This is Arsenal's 21st year in the Champions League. Which year will it be when Arsenal have to win the Champions League this year? Foxy, I hear that. But remember, man, I hear you. Valid question. And big up Newcastle. But I need to remind you, lot, you support Newcastle. It's like big up D, a Crystal Palace creator. I've got no beef with Crystal Palace. But sometimes he joins conversations. I'm like, hang about, what's going on there? What's going on here? And to be fair, I'm acting brand new because we beat Madrid, but you're acting very brand new. Very brand new. Well, wait till you get part of the realm, yeah, and we're going to have to ask the Newcastle questions. Big up yourself, though, man. What have you said here? Timber versus Carrot Skeeler? Good battle, naughty battle. But, bro, I do think Real Madrid's tactics were off, but, bro, all season, Timber and Lewis Skelly have been standing up tall. And, bro, to be the best, you got to play amongst the best. I'm not saying you should put your head in the fairies, but, you know, if you're Lewis Skelly and you're Timber and you're playing Real Madrid where they've got these attackers and you've come out of it the other end, you should have all the confidence that you can do things. And it'll be interesting because their fullbacks are going to fly forward, but they still have to respect the pace of Martinelli and the quality of Saka. And Timber and Lewis Skelly are still going to do their thing on the ball. Naturally, they have to respect what PSG are doing. And obviously, our wingers are going to have to help out a lot. So it'll be a very interesting battle, if I'm honest with you, between both teams. But we just got to get through Ipswich. I'm sure we got Crystal Palace midweek next week. And then the week after, we're back in the Champions League. The champions! I love it, man. The only club that gets the pressure of having to win the champs is Real Madrid. No other big clubs operate with that kind of expectation. I agree and disagree. I think Real Madrid are the pinnacle. Like, them man there is all about the champs. Like, it's all, they want to win everything else. Like, they're even saying, Carlo, you could win the Copa del Rey, but you're still getting sacked. The champs is the be-all and end-all, and Real Madrid have that. But I do think there's a number of clubs that go into it wanting to win the champs, and their remit is that. Like, let's be honest. Of course, when Pep Guardiola walked into City, they wanted to achieve what they've achieved. They've picked up all the domestic trophies twice over, bullied it. And it would have been naive to say this, but we all know, like, the lazy analysis on Pep Guardiola at City would have been, yo, you ain't won a champs. You won it at Barca with Messi. You didn't do it at Bayern. They went and done that. PSG, obviously, they wanted to bully their domestic league, but you don't get the sporting directors, the big managers they've had, the big players they've had, Luis Enrique with his pedigree, if the remit is not the Champions League. Maybe it's not so much now, but, you know, Roman Abramovich wanted to do that. Man United were expected, you know, that's one thing they say. Well, obviously, Arsenal have been failing in Europe, and there's a conversation with Wenger could have won more Premier League trophies, but we could have won the champs. Of all the things Alex Ferguson did at Man United, the one thing that they say is, bro, could you have and should you have won a couple more champs? So I don't think anyone does, but naturally, I do think there's a number of clubs, a select few of clubs that go into it like, yeah, we want to win this. I think the City of the present day, maybe not so much literally the present day, but City. And then it's a more of, and PSG, as I've said, but then it's, you know, you've got the Inter Milan, historically, the Inter Milans, the Real Madrids, the Barcelonas, the Bayern Munichs. But then again, everybody's got a small dream. And I would say for rival fans, it ain't happened yet. But it's almost like Arsenal's performance in and getting to the semi-finals. It's like, you know, when a joke goes too far, like, they're gonna bottle it. They're gonna, you know, we're gonna see them crumble against PSV. That never happened. Real Madrid, they're gonna crumble. We, you know, first half an hour, first hour, looking at the last half an hour, they probably said, oh, they're gonna, you know, they're not gonna do it. We done what needed to be done. Oh, the Real Madrid are gonna crumble. Now it's looking like, oh, now people saying PSG have to beat you, and PSG could beat us. If we get past PSG, boy, give me Barca in the final. I ain't trying to buck into. I'll be brutally honest, but love the talking point so far, folks. Big up yourself, Desmond, for the super chat. I have to disagree with Inner Circle. We have to win the Champions League. This is why we moved in the Emirates to win and stand with the elites. You're right, but I think we're conflating the two. I think he's literally talking about right now. Generally, yeah, that's our ambition. You're fully right, man. Like, we want to win that. This is the first time we've probably come true on anything close to when Glazidas was like, we want to be Bayern Munich level, we want to do this and that. And the third, man, TW, one love, man, for being a mod and a member. As the man said, smash the likes and subscribe if you're new here, man. If we lose to, I'll break my stream. Hey, I'll break my TV. Chill, man. TVs are kind of cheap nowadays, I must say, but cost of living, man. Don't spend money where you don't have to. Bro, don't unban him because they, bro, don't ban him because they said he'd beat us. Yeah, don't ban a man for the icon mods. Stop being silly, man. I would not say you need to win, but it's an improvement from last year's Champions League. It is, but I want to win, though. Like, cool. I actually think Bayern Munich last year, it was an improvement. We never got battered, but fundamentally, there is the other side in that. This is a cup in it. There's no point just trying to be here. We want to get through. But yeah, improvement, cool. We still went out. You're in the semi-finals. There's a lot. There's not that far to go to the final, but there's a lot. And naturally, like PSG, Arsenal, Inter, Barca, everyone connected to these clubs. Naturally, you're thinking about it. If we put our best foot forward, if we keep doing what we're doing, if we take what we're good at and make it great, fix up if there is any areas of concern, you never know what could happen. All of these players, like you look at Arsenal, obviously some men have come out the academy, players come from all over the world and they're at this club, but way before they knew what Arsenal was or knew they'd be professional footballers, everybody in the playground, you wanted to win the World Cup, you wanted to win the Champions League, we wanted to be in there. We've got first world problems now. We've come a long way from Sporting Lisbon scoring from the halfway line and all of that kind of stuff. But like, for me, it's just about history, man. And the fact that we ain't won it, the fact that we have an opportunity, and this is us at our worst, man. You know what the funny thing is? There'll be a day where everybody's fit. We can obviously put a stronger 11 out, and we probably don't get this. Football's weird like that. It's utter bollocks. It don't work like that. City went to the final, then the winner. It's a process. Exactly. Let's just put our best foot forward and see what's going on. Where would you rank Alexis in terms of top ballers? In what regards? For Arsenal or what? Let me know. Nobody respects Arsenal. I respect PSG. I don't respect you, though, because you're being quite rude. But anyways, you don't have to respect us. You don't have to like us. Just make sure the chains and the Rolexes are tucked when we step through, because we've got Lewis Skelly, we've got Mikel Arteta. You've seen what we've done in it. We've got the whole world on strings, man. So, yeah, man. DG looks a good crowd at home today. Come on, lass. But don't underestimate Leon's team. Craig, let's just bring it home, man. Let's bring it home, man. Man said Saka is not world-class. Allow it. Comparing Saka to all these players they know. Exactly. A full house at the Emirates, and that's good for the women's game. And it's a nice, it's good. It's Easter weekend. Bring the kids out. It's a nice day. Watching the footy. Why not, man? Deluded Gooner. Arteta. Sorry, Alex from Different Not Big Him Up said recently that Arteta has proved he is the best manager in the world by beating Pep, Carlo, and Luis this year. Big up Alex, but I don't know. But it depends what you're judging it on, innit? Like, if you're saying it depends what you're judging it on, because you could look at certain trophy cabinets, you could look at that. I wouldn't say. I think Mikel Arteta is one of the best in the game at this in terms of present day managers. I wouldn't say he is the best. Of course, he's shown he's a good tactician. He can compete against the best. He's like the apprentice that's causing problems. Big up Carlo, because the Everton link, you probably allowed us a bit. I wouldn't say he's the best, though. I wouldn't say he's the best, though. But he's shown he can compete against the best, and he's shown he's got potential and whatnot. And again, I know it's not all about trophies, but even if he was looking at philosophies, you know, there's many managers, not necessarily in today's day and age, but were held in high regards for the way they played football. Is Mikel Arteta necessarily known for that? I'm just throwing comments out there. And I don't think you're better than Pep. I know City are fifth and that, but one bad season cannot negate for everything Pep's done. Everything Carlo's done. Obviously, Arteta's doing very well for a guy that's been a manager for about 2 minutes, but Yeah, man. Let's chill out with that, man. Let's chill out, man. Marino is better as a striker. Don't change it. But then what else are we gonna do? What else are we gonna do? Last 3 windows, we barely made signings, but this summer will be active. Even Slot came out and said it. The manager's not gonna say anything different, but you're gonna need to, man. PSG are wide open in games. It suits Arsenal. Let's just see what we're doing, man. I must admit, I do like the new format of the Champions League, if I'm honest with you, because there's no kind of coasting. You kind of have to be in the top 8, and even finishing in the top 8, you can get zanged and play someone big and whatnot. I must admit, I do like the new format. Change is sometimes good. Those other years in the champs, we're in a different era with a completely different squad and manager that has no impact in what's going on now after 6 years out. This is year 2 Arteta Champions League era, which we're doing all right, man. Good point. We're in the semis. I just want to bring it home because why not? What's Ornstein saying? Has Ornstein said something new that I'm begrudged to have known? But I don't know. It's all fun and games. We can't mention you this season. Okay, so City can't talk about you lot. We can't talk about you lot. Big up Newcastle, but we can ask questions as well. What's going on? You acting brand new. I'm just saying, don't tell us about we have to do this and that. What do you lot have to do? You lot have to make sure we don't come and talk to Isaac. It's all fun and games, man. In general, Alexis is up there for me. Like in the modern days, one of the best players to have played for Arsenal Football Club. Let's be honest. I don't really respect how he's hailing us up after the Madrid performance, but yeah. We're gonna go over the Ornstein stuff in the circle. Just cool, man. I know you're a cabbie and you're on the meter, but just cool, man. Just cool, man. Just cool. I'm playing like Busquets. I'm doing it at my own pace. But yeah, you know what? People are crying. So let's get into stuff, people. Mikel Arteta did say the Champions League quarter-final win was one of the best nights of his footballing career, which, as Inner Circle said, is his second year back in. Well, yeah, it is his second year in the Champions League. You're doing all right. It's just about creating memories, and it's got to be. I don't know if I was Arteta. I don't know, give or take, FA Cup or the 2 games against Madrid, because FA Cup, you actually won something. Against Real Madrid, that must have been one of the moments where just everything's come together, and it's a beautiful moment for him and his boys and all of those kind of things. Busquets tempo, man. We play one pace still. He's beaming. I mean, I wouldn't say this is beaming. Arteta looks like he needs sleep. Bro, I hope you got a good night's sleep in it. So yeah, big up the gaffer for that one, man. That was the last thing in the tank. Oh, Martinelli. Where is all of you like that hate on this guy? All of you like that tell me, oh, give up on Martinelli. Give up on Martinelli. Marcel's here. Your old manager Klopp describes him as the talent of the century. His goal made Real Madrid fans empty. That FA Cup winning side would get crushed. It's true, but then you got to remember, 1, it's actually winning the trophy. 2, with where the club was at the moment, and Arteta is vastly more experienced now than he was when we won the FA Cup. So if you put yourself there, that's got to be a great moment. Naturally, you've seen your team in, all the romantic stuff around Arsenal, the injuries, all of those things against the powerhouses in the Champions League. Everything's come right. Many reasons over the 2 legs. That was probably one of the 2 legs that makes you feel, oh yeah, this is why I'm a football manager. Like it makes all the stress and all the stuff worth it, kind of thing. So I don't know if I was Arteta, which one I would say. I would probably lean towards Real Madrid because it's Real Madrid and all of that kind of stuff. But then I don't think you can obviously beating Real Madrid in the champs, FA Cup, there's no contest. And that's history. God forbid. But if Arteta stopped managing today on Sky Sports, it says FA Cup winner. It's not going to say 2 legs against Madrid. You can't win PLs with Martinelli. We could have in the last 2 years, and it ain't been on Nelly. If you gave up on Nelly or said to sell Nelly, you can't have kicked a ball. Gaslighting. I don't think that's true. But keep it going, Jay. I'm with you. Jess needs to make a public apology on Martin, Nelly, a wavy improvement. Big up Jess, but she won't, man. Jess does the wrong and strong thing, man. Like, she's there trying to convince, big up Odegaard, but trying to convince me that Odegaard is played better than Martinelli in the first leg. We're allowed to completely draw out Martinelli, but there's every excuse under the sun for Odegaard, where I believe it needs to be fair in terms of praise and criticism. Klopp weren't capping, bro. And Klopp might become Madrid manager. Trent might go and play right back for Real Madrid. You saw what Martinelli done across these 2 legs. I personally think we're going to play Real Madrid in the Champions League next year. The stars are aligning. They are aligning. Big up Trent. Trent, it's not too late to join Arsenal, Games like this, we might want to rest. If we play Real Madrid every week, we might want to rest Timber or Lewis Skelly. So Trent, come and play. You'll probably break Thierry Henry's record with Saka and a decent striker. Odegaard ain't been crap, and I do think there's too much being said, but he needs to Pull his finger out, man. What is the gaffer? Well, man said gaffer. What has Martinelli said, man? We're defo spreading the propaganda. Smash the like button for Nelly. That was the last thing in the tank. I tried to go in behind and pray for Marino to see me and play that ball. Bro, that's my 8-6 false 9 double M Mikel Marino. And again, that's another one some of you lot have to say sorry for. That's another one some of you lot have to say sorry for. You lot was like, why are you backing Marino, DG? Did I think he's a difference maker? No, but I don't think it's fair to write someone off. So I'm happy for him. Arteta got to be proud of trashing Real Madrid with the team he built, then winning the FA Cup with the one Emre handed over. I hear that, but was it really Emre's team? And two, surely you rate that more because you didn't you had less time to put your little ethos on the team, and you've done it with a next team, and it's more of a togetherness thing. Like you've galvanized Arsenal at that dark moment. Now, obviously, it's fair to say we are united as a football club. We do, you know, people can talk about us bottling and whatnot, but we are united in terms of the players and Arteta. There is an ethos. We are united. We are better defensively. We're a much better team across other aspects. So it was one only Mikel Arteta would be able to answer. As I said, I would lean towards Real Madrid purely because also Mikel Arteta is Spanish. I don't know how much he cares about the La Masia stuff, but he's a La Masia boy. He's Spanish. A couple Spanish coaches and people with him at the Bernabeu as well. Anyone, you know, it sounds like a joke, but any manager in any context, if you beat Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, bro, that's a highlight of your career. And for the players, that is obviously players want to win trophies and all of these kind of things, but it's about moments. I've never been to the Bernabeu. I want to go, man. No way is Partey leaving. I guess the Zubamendi agreement makes sense, and we still need to replace Jorginho. On top of that, our priority, which is a number 9. Amen, my guy. Amen. So yeah, big him up, man. What else has he said? We are buzzing. It's really good to win these type of games against Madrid here at the Bernabeu. So we're really happy. In my opinion, we deserved the result at the Emirates Stadium and here as well. We know our qualities. We know our team. And I think this team, this family, we deserve it. It's something that's going to be in our hearts forever. We're just getting started, bro. We're just getting started, man. We're just getting started. We're just getting started, man. Smash the likes and sub if you're new. Don't move stingy. What's the like count, man? Because you lot don't want DG Nation to grow. You don't want us to thrive. We've got 68 likes. How have we not got 100? Big up you lot that have played your part. And I'll never forget you lot. That's Sly why I'm making you lot mods. Because when it gets lit, I'm never forgetting you lot. Leon scored. 0-0, boys. 0-0. Jay, you're always here as well, so you can become a mod. Let's clip that up. Make you a mod. Any other regulars? Do you know what? DG2's here. DG2. With great power comes great responsibility. I don't like the name because I think you're copying my thing, but it's cool. It's cool. Remontada. Is it Remontada? It's Rotunda, man. Hey, that was actually one of my most viewed TikToks. Follow me on TikTok, Deluded Gooner, and Shorts, and I fucked up their thing. See, sometimes the L turns into a W. Do you know how many people are commenting and going, oh, man said Remontada? like, hey, man, should have listened before I did it. But yeah, man, it all works out, man. Big up DG too. Yeah, but if we don't win the champs, then it's just more pain. Fucking hell, your name is rude, isn't it? Fucking hell. It is more pain, man, but the pain is the essence. The game is a lesson, man. And what's the most they can say? What's the worst that can happen? We go another year without winning the champs. They call us bottlers. We get so close, but so far. We've been here before. Bro, man's dad is waking up. Bro, rather than them man doing what they need to do in training, all they were doing is doing aura 90 minutes, indirects on snaps. A man's father is up pacing around at 3 a.m, probably arguing with his wife. That's what we do. Nah, okay, I ain't saying them crazy words, man. Crazy words. I ain't making myself look like an idiot. Martinelli also said on a serious note, it's really good to see them happy with our performance here and the stadium as well. It's really good for us to go over there after the game to thank them because they've been so good this season. We just have to give our best to make them happy. We are going to try our best. We're going to keep pushing. We know it's a dream for every player to reach the Champions League semi-finals. We're really happy, but we're going to keep our feet on the floor, keep working because we know that we haven't achieved anything yet. Big up the star boy. Oh, Martinelli. Nah, it's cool, man. I know you weren't talking to me, but I was like, damn, like, you know, mate, like, bloody hell, why is that your name? Like, Who pissed you off? Anyways, we're confident we know our qualities, we know the team we have, and we're going to go for it. Amen. Keep it going. Big up Mikel Arteta on his press conference. Again, you know, I'm not going to bore you lot with reading this, but we know Saka's got crazy character. We know Declan Rice's quality. We know we need to be proud of our players for them 2 legs. We know this result is going to give us confidence. We know we bossed it at the Bernabeu. We know our supporters did what we needed to do. And again, it's nice to be someone else's bogey team. We're Real Madrid's bogey team. A pity we let them score, though. Vinicius this, Mbappe that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Saka didn't go out like certain man holding their shoulder in the final. It's crazy. But let's see what Mikel Arteta said in the build-up to the Ipswich game. On celebrating Wednesday's win, which is done now. It's done now. Like, yeah, fans can keep waffling. The players, it's done now. On to Ipswich, on to PSG, and actually Crystal Palace. For a short period of time, yes, it was a great evening. We had a lot of family and a lot of happy faces around the club. So it was a good moment. But immediately, you have to switch it up. And now it's Ipswich in the Premier League. On what that can do for our confidence and belief. We compete in any context against any team in any competition. Now the next step is consistency. Do it in the champs at that level. Now we go to Ipswich against a really tough team and do it again, in which Brentford was Brentford? Was it Brentford? Yeah, it was Brentford at home last week. That was a comeback to reality. Let's continue this and build the momentum. You know, let's just finish the season strong, man. Can we go unbeaten in what's left of the Prem? Can we beat Ipswich? Can we beat Crystal Palace? It means nothing. But I always say every season, I want to win at Anfield. Because when was the last time I did that in the league? Can we go win at Anfield? No pressure, Arsenal FC, bigger fish to fry. We're different beasts when that happens. So who knows? And I would say for next season, I need you lot to smack up Newcastle. I need you lot to continue this top 6 record. And I need you to continue doing these things. But yeah, man, we need to go to Ipswich and do our thing. Yeah, what else? I'm focusing back in the Premier League. Quite easy. Just review the Madrid game and immediately go to Ipswich and start to do all the preparation and start to watch the games. The games we play against them, what we learned over the last few months since we played against them, how we hurt them, their qualities, and start to do the preparation towards the game. I wonder if Calvin Phillips is going to remember how Lewis Skelly dealt with him. On Jorginho and Calafiori, Jorginho is not going to be available yet. He's still struggling with that incident, and Ricardo as well is probably not going to be available. On when asked further on Jorginho, there's probably a question for the doctors. It's quite a specific and difficult matter, so I'll leave that to the club to make an analysis on the midfield, if he's not fit with Partey suspended. A few options. He's obviously not going to shed any light on that. I'm thinking outside the box. We have a few options. I'm not going to give anything away. True. On how the team can adapt. Yes, for sure. It depends on the player as well, if they're comfortable doing certain things and how we can maximize our qualities in relation to the game we expect against them. On how different this game could be compared to Ipswich. I'm not going to bore you lot. Everyone that's got common sense. I think that's an idiot question to ask Arteta, to be fair. It's a very different game. On how highly he rates Liam Delap, who we've been linked with. You know, I don't like to talk about any individuals or any opposition. As a team, they're very strong. Individually, they have players that can win you football matches. They've done it against big opponents, so you have to pay a lot of attention to them. Again, on Liverpool winning the title this weekend, he said we'll make sure that we win the game, and that doesn't happen. We know Declan Rice is an extremely complete midfielder and a leader. I'm not going to waste you lot's time and shouldn't waste the manager's breath asking him these questions once again, folks. On if he prefers playing the first leg of the knockout games at home. Yeah, my preference has always been to play the second game at home, but it's what we have at the moment. So learn from it, see what the advantage are and the opportunities where they are. I think if any of you watched any game yesterday in European leagues, in the second leg, it's absolute madness. I mean, yeah, we saw that. Well, the Man United Lyon game. You can go anywhere. So it's great to learn as well about these kind of scenarios and why these things happen, because it can be very useful for us. On Lewis Skelly being an option in midfield, it'd be down to the available of the players in that moment. So who is available, who is able to do that for how long in game, because that's where we had the players that they could not play 90 minutes. So once we're closer to that game, we can decide. Big up Arteta, because he's answered that question and not answered that question at the same time. On how we practice without Partey. As always, a balance, understanding what the priorities are. The priority is one, or is it the other? Then as well, making sure that the players are comfortable and feeling the position that they have to play such a big match. But as I said, the priority now is to win games in hand. On the gap between Newcastle, Foxy, I know you're quietly, yeah, we can't, because this guy, he big him up, but he will talk so much nonsense in this chat. For sure, because obviously we're now in a much better position, but the last 2 draws have significantly changed that perspective. And as well, credit to Newcastle for the form that they are in. Hope Eddie Howe's doing well. Thoughts are still with him. I think he's had some health issues, by the way, and the way they've been playing as well. So we need to step up and win the games. On if there's progress on Partey's contract. Yes, there's progress with all the players. I'll leave that to Andrea and the club to decide and talk about on if the intention is to keep him. The intention is very clear. I'll leave that to Andrea and the club to take a step forward. Obviously, the Premier League, I'm not going to waste your lot's time. We all know, unfortunately for them, the teams that got promoted are going straight back down. On how Guardiola's style affected the Prem, I haven't reflected on that. And he's bigged up Guardiola a couple of times and said he called him. He's not going to throw his guy under the bus. I hate the rhetoric that Pep Guardiola ruined football. How come one man who manages one team, you can only manage one team at a time. Obviously, you can manage a club and country, but one team at a time. If everybody copies Pep Guardiola because of what he's done, how is that his fault? If I, God forbid, if I jump off a bridge and everybody in the world jumps off a bridge and humanity becomes extinct, is it my fault? You lot are idiots. You lot followed me. So if you follow someone, what's going on? If you know, if I put my hand in fire and you can see it burns me and you go and do it, can you blame me? I think that's just, it sounds good. It sounds savvy. It don't make no sense. It really doesn't make no sense. Now, of course, Pep Guardiola, the way football's gone, it's athletes first. Even at academy level, it's athletes first. I reckon you don't have to be, you do, but you don't have to be that good of a footballer in comparison to, I think, a few years ago, technically. I think you can be like a 6 out of 10 technically. Obviously better than the majority of people, but in realms of being a professional footballer, a 6 out of 10 technical footballer. And as long as you're an athlete, you've got the dynamism to get up and down the field, you're intelligent, the manager can whatever, I think you can be a baller now. I say that subjectively, of course, because that don't just mean anyone, if you get where I'm at. On Calafiori potentially being back for PSG. If everything goes well, I think so. Maybe a little bit earlier. So let's see. He's going to be in the squad for Palace, ain't he? He's on the pitch already. He's done quite a lot of stuff. And we just need to make the right steps now to make sure that when he's back, he's in a good place to perform. Andrea Berta, on Berta. And if he has changed plans for the summer. Yeah. What does it mean? You're correct, yeah? Yeah, those things were already discussed with him. But yes, I hope that he has many more ideas, plans, surprises. You sounded bullish when he came in. I like plans. I like ideas. I definitely like surprises. Browning shout me. Positive ones, and use his experience, his creativity, his intuition as well to help us make the right goals. Sorry, people. I've been here before. I've definitely lived a life before. I just got the maddest of deja vus. I've definitely been here. I've definitely been in this world before. I'm sorry. I'm actually getting crazy deja vu. I feel like I've been here, said all of this before. I must be the chosen one. Smash the like button. I must be the chosen one. I actually must be the chosen one. I must be here to save the world and not know it yet. I'm gonna walk down the street. A spider is gonna bite me. I'm gonna get superpowers. A madness is gonna happen. But anyway, staying on task. We all want to hear that from Berta, right? On the benefit of having a fresh voice in the sporting director role. Yeah, I think it's an opportunity. Someone else that comes in with different ideas, different methods, different ways of working, and other priorities as well in the way that they work. I think this makes us better. On if Kai Havertz could be available for the semis. Semi-finals, I think that's too close, but if I have to bet on him earlier than expected, I would say yes. The way he works every day in that gym, pushing everybody, I don't think you can hold him much longer. On if he's now among the top managers in Europe after getting to the semis. No, I think it was a night for the club. That was great, and that's it. And the best ones are still ahead and to come. And we have all the ambition and big objectives. We're now in the right direction, but the next steps are going to be tough. We're going to have to do our best. Sound a bit too modest like myself, Mikel, mate. But anyways, moving forward. On Mikel Arteta on Berta and beating Real Madrid, which him and Partey probably loved it a lot more than us, if I'm honest, because they're Arsenal and also remember their previous allegiances. He was really happy. Obviously, when you go into a new team in the middle of the season, everything is new. I think he hopes everything goes well and stays well. He's really ambitious. He's a winner and he's really happy. I don't know what it is. We do a lot of this talking about aura, and definitely where Arsenal are concerned, definitely where Madrid are concerned. It just seems serious. I'm pinning. I know you shouldn't have expectations or blame anyone, but I'm with you. I think you're gonna do something for us, Berta, man. DG, do the Scouse accent. I can't do a Scouse accent. Right back, lad. I can't do no Scouse accent. Sound that, lad? I don't know. That definitely ain't Scottish. Mikel Arteta on how to evolve the squad to compete in all competitions. Squad quality and availability. Amen. Without those two, you cannot compete in 4 competitions at this level, especially in this country. Impossible. Both are as important as the other. The higher the quality, the higher the availability. The more chances and probability you have. After that, you have to do it, but the probability is high. So yeah, we need a bigger squad. And it goes back to what we say. We need quality and quantity, man. Seen him try to, yeah, Yoni, you're horrible, man. Pronunciation police, tab police. Your RAM must be solid. I don't know if that's a pause, but I'm gonna throw that out there. But yeah, hey, this is what we do, mate. This is what we do. Tab police, look away now, man. We got bear ops on YouTube. But anyways, again on Thomas Partey, has there been any progress on a new deal? Yes, there's progress with all the players. I leave that to Andrea and the club to decide and talk about. So the intention is to keep him. The intention is very clear. Answered it, but didn't answer it. The locker room doesn't trust Carlo Ancelotti after the Arsenal game and believes that the approach was non-existent. Crazy. Second year in the Champions League under the gaffer, and they're questioning this legendary gaffer in Carlo. This is what Arsenal are doing. We've obviously gone over the Berta thing. He has changed our ideas and our plans. But once again, those were already discussed with him, yes, but I hope that he has many more ideas, plans, surprises, positive ones, uses his experience, his creativity, and his intuition to help us make the right calls. I think it's an opportunity. Somebody else comes in with different ideas, different methods, different ways of working, and other priorities as well in the way that we work. I hope this makes us better. Big up yourself, my dude. On the appeal of new signings, I'm not being funny, bro. I'm not. Don't take the piss. We're Arsenal Football Club. Even when we were shit, we still sign ballers. Now that we're lit, we're still signing ballers. It might not be the ballers we want, but this club is attractive off its own back, especially with what the manager's doing and what the club's doing. Obviously, if you want to do that, historically in the London factor, don't take the piss out of my football club and talk about, yeah, because we beat Real Madrid, man, are on joining us. Of course, it gasses them more, but allow it, man. We are very lucky because we're at a football club that every time I've spoken to players, they want to be part of it. I think overall, we're already so strong that we can attract any player. Come on, Bossy, you can do that. Arsenal have earned 117 million in prize money from the Champions League so far this season. Cronkies, see how much bread you can get? If we're not happy to just be in the club, but if we want to buy out the bar, sporting excellence on the pitch, we can do things. We've gone over Jorginho, but yeah, it's looking touch and go with PSG. I'm just happy to talk about Berta in it. Ryan Cherky. For me, when this loads, if it loads, I want him at the football club. Apparently, Liverpool and Man United are among the clubs competing for the signature of him this summer. Apparently, he's available at a discount. I want him. Arsenal and Liverpool, again, tab police, man. Tabs, come on. Trying to give people content. Apologies, people. We have to wait. Patience is a virtue, but too much patience can hurt you. Smash the like button. Arsenal and Liverpool have both grown concerned over Cunha's attitude and are wary of meeting Wolves' 63 million asking price, people. Oh, gosh. Okay. Let me stop reading and just wait a bit. Apologies, people. We're going to get there, though. I try my best for you lot. Arsenal would only be willing to sell Saliba to Madrid if they paid a massive fee plus sent Arda Güler and Endrick in exchange. What do you lot make of that? What's that? The you that said he grew up watching Bobby Charlton. Ain't that? I haven't seen you play football. You might be the guy Martinelli nutmegged. I don't know. And when last did we see Martinelli bring out the Brazilians, as I refer to it as? Agendas have to agenda. It's not about what rivals say. We can't keep getting close and then just not winning it, bro. The fans and players don't deserve that. Amen. We need to win it. That's my thing. I think we're conflating the two. We want to win it for ourselves, but I do think we need to stop looking at whatever they say. Barcelona allegedly have dropped out of the race to sign Athletic Bilbao's 22-year-old winger Nico Williams. His most likely destination is the Prem. We win the Prem. The Prem, definitely not. We win the champs. They win the Bilbao win the Europa. He comes over here, mate. Let's talk into existence. This is what happens when you let Jude Bellingham control the dressing room vibes. Oh, look at me. I'm Jude Bellingham. I'm tucking in my shirt. And what's more moist than him tucking in his shirt? Bro, a man's tucking his shirt into his tracksuit pre-game. What a twat. So Bukayo Saka has created the most chances in the Premier League this season per 90, 1.25, clear of Kevin De Bruyne with 0.91. And you know what's mad? These men have had injury. Well, yeah, they've had injury hit seasons. Crazy. I was at this game. I have to keep saying that. He's got the streets, man. Bukayo, we've gone over the Kai Havertz thing. I did get a glance of that. We have gone over the Thomas Partey thing. I did get a glance of that. I don't know why it's not loading, but we did go over Calafiori. We hope he's back to full fitness. You going to load, mate? Are you going to do me dirty? Oh, okay. I was losing faith there. It's only Calafiori. Again, Real Madrid couldn't defeat us on the pitch, but it seems like they're trying to fight us off it. When this loads, people, allegedly, Martin Zubimendi is prioritizing Real Madrid. Real Madrid are very interested and have explained their plans to him. Based on what I've seen from them, they need a player like you, you know. They actually need you. David Ornstein has probably been speaking, people. I don't care about Marcus Rashford in the sense of this video. Big up yourself. Somebody asked Ornstein a question. And he said, well, the question is, are Arsenal likely to pursue other midfielders after losing out on Nepan to Villa? Are Thomas Partey and Jorginho going to be replaced with just Zubimendi, or is another midfielder on the cards? Napan wasn't being targeted because Arsenal absolutely needed him as an immediate midfield option. He was more a market opportunity for a young talent, the likes of which you could say they need to be better at recruiting. So if he goes to Villa, which is the direction of travel, or elsewhere, it doesn't mean Arsenal will automatically seek an alternative. That said, the potential exits of two such experienced and high quality players presumably will give Arsenal food for thought in that area. What food for thought? If they've been watching my videos, which they're not, there's a running joke with you that I've been crying for two midfielders way before we even all knew what Zubimendi was, and you lot the same. If the expected arrival of Zubimendi happens, they would have him, Declan and Merino, plus others who can operate in that area if required. But I don't want to have to flirt between Ranieri and Odegaard moving and whatnot. And I'm not saying I don't want to see that and Havertz and Merino. I want to have Declan Rice, Merino, Zubimendi, someone else. And then by all means, if you can mix and blend the other roles, why not, people? I wouldn't say that is selling ourselves short, because there are people that can cover Lewis Skelly as well. But I want that to be an added bonus. Who said you can't have your cake and eat it? Whoever made that saying up must have been defeated, I guess. That's a strong unit, but perhaps leaves them a bit short for the rigors of trying to compete for domestic and European honours. It wouldn't surprise me if further reinforcements are sought, but I don't have any particular information on that as things stand. Florian Wirtz, everybody wants him, people. He said he has no idea if he's open to joining Leverkusen. We know he costs a lot of money. I'm just trying to see if there's any more Arsenal-related things here. Following Berta's appointment as Arsenal sporting director, as the interest in Benjamin Sesko cooled, additionally, is there any appetite at Arsenal to bring in a world-class winger this summer? Ornstein replied, just because Mikel Arteta really likes Alexander Isak and it emerged that Berta is a big fan of Gyökeres, there's no reason to think Sesko is still not in the mix. Given all the work they've done on him, I'm sure he will be, and rightly so. He's a top talent. These situations can fluctuate. There are many factors and moving parts. Multiple names will be in the frame. We also hear there's admiration for Hugo Ekitike at Eintracht Frankfurt, for example, and that's natural. Who wouldn't like him? It doesn't mean there's a clear direction of travel yet. We'll try to keep you across the situation as it evolves. I mean, United have been linked with Delap. Is there anything else Arsenal related? This is all Man United. Okay. This isn't Arsenal related, but it touches on Rafa Leao and more importantly, Nico Williams. Leao has been tracked by most of the top clubs, but for various reasons, a move away from Milan has never occurred. I'm not aware of Chelsea being active on this at the moment. They've long been in the mix for Williams, while Jamie Gittins of Dortmund is also among other multiple options the Stamford Bridge hierarchy likes and is considering. Chelsea have been signing a lot of people that have been at City for a time. Gittins has been at Reading, he's been at City, and obviously he's gone to Dortmund. I'm not sure Osimhen's salary would work for Chelsea and other potential suitors, with quite a few people you speak to in the Premier League predicting he'll end up in Saudi Arabia. So can forget the Osimhen thing for some of you. What else is there? Okay, there doesn't appear to be anything else in that regard. I think in this he spoke about the Bournemouth defender, people. We did silence the Bernabeu. Shh. Thank you. Tell Carvajal. Somebody's got whose username suck your mum? You see this? Carvajal. Suck your mum, Porter Marjorie. Because what you was doing to Saka. So yeah, we did a madness, but I saw something about Hoyston. Yeah, Van Dijk signed a new deal. Where's the Hoyston thing? Apparently Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle, Tottenham Hotspur all interested. 50 million release clause. So it's mainly just saying the same thing. He's born in Holland, played for Spain. We know that. So yeah, everybody and their dog's just interested in him. So there's nothing really there. Miles Lewis Skelly, and if it opens, almost there, folks. What are you lot saying, by the way? Saka thinks he's in, bro. Any news regarding Gyökeres? We're gonna get there. Tranquillo, Bueno and Gyökeres. I love Bueno, but I want a pure 1v1 demon-y kind of winger. And then if you could get Alex Bueno, who is more like a wide playmaker, can play 10, I'm on that as well. Lewis Skelly is the only defender in the Premier League this season to not be dribbled past once. Minimum 15 plus appearances. Calm. I'm on that. We've gone over the Napan stuff, so I won't bore you lot. We've gone over the Hugo Ekitike stuff. We've definitely gone over Benjamin Sesko when it wants to open up. Zubimendi will do nada in this league. Just watch. Just need him to be a decent midfielder. So yeah, it's still unclear who we're going to get in that regard. Keeping up the theme with Thomas Partey, we did see Mikel Arteta is quite evasive. You are hearing rumours. We don't know where his contract is, but Thomas Partey's return to Atletico Madrid is becoming increasingly likely. His performance last night at the Bernabeu has not only pushed the club to go all in for his signing in the coming months. Atletico wants him to be the anchor around which to build next season's project, and it seems like Griezmann's staying there as well. Again, keeping up the propaganda. Ryan Cherky's been badding up the Europa League from assists, goal involvements, big chances, open play. I mean, the man's amazing, man. I'm on signing him. We've gone over that already. But once again, on the striker search, if it went over anyone's head, Ornstein said in conclusion, just because Arteta really likes Isaac and it emerged that Berta is a big fan of Gyökeres, there's no reason to think Sesko is smash the like button. Sesko is still not in the mix. Given all the work they've done to him, I'm sure he'll be there. These situations can fluctuate. There are many factors and moving parts. Multiple names will be in the frame. We also hear there's admiration for Ikitike, for example. It doesn't mean there's a clear direction of travel. So, yeah, bro, I'm excited, man. Gone over that already. Big up Kivior and Saliba. They've got quite the record, haven't they, people? They're unbeaten in the 10 games they've played together, which includes Sporting, Sheffield United, Preston, United, Fulham, Monaco, Everton, Real Madrid, Brentford, and Real Madrid twice. Mazza. Big up Kivior, Polish Maldini. I need to buy you a drink, Kivior, man. Like, you need a pint on me. I did you dirty. Lewis Skelly toying with midfielders. Closest they got to one of our players. In fact, now, to be fair, it was when Saka missed the Panenka, people. On the topic of Real Madrid are long-term admirers of William Saliba, and imminent moves such as in this summer's transfer window remains unlikely. Arsenal are aware of Madrid's interest, but remain confident they'll be able to reach an agreement with Saliba on a new contract. If Madrid are to land him, as with Kylian Mbappe beforehand at PSG, they hope Arsenal are unable to extend Saliba's contract, enabling them to I'm going to say ensnare. I'm going to just say snatch him for a lower fee next summer or for nothing in 2027. And they've shown their weight. What's this? What is this? Bournemouth are resigned to losing Hudson this summer, but the 20-year-old prefers a move to another Premier League club over a switch to Bayern or Real Madrid. Does he not think he's ready? In all the comments, all he keeps saying is he's talking about Real Madrid. So if they were legitimately interested in him, why would they not go for him? Arsenal are ready to compete with Chelsea for the signature of Barcelona defender Conde and are prepared to spend 75 million euros. Yeah. Do we believe that? Man City are ready to pay Leverkusen 150 million euros asking price for Wirtz and pay him 25 million a year per salary. Pep has explained to Wirtz how he would fit into the system and replace De Bruyne. Forget that. Come and join our system. Arsenal are confident that Zubamendi's move will be completed by early June. Negotiations are progressing well to make the midfielder their first signing on a busy summer. That is being reported by TalkSport. I don't buy anything that links Newcastle's top players away, but we've been linked with Anthony Gordon before. Allegedly, Newcastle United will entertain offers for Gordon this summer if they are forced to make sales to comply with PSR. I don't believe that, but fair play. We've gone over the Atletico Madrid stuff with Thomas Partey. I don't think that's bad. You lot would have seen Gyökeres scored his 6th hat-trick of this season last night against Morenese. I tried. God loves a trial. I'm not gonna lie. The defending was Fugazi. Gordon not an Arteta player. You reckon? I disagree. I disagree. I think he works hard off the ball. I think he'll do his defensive shift. I do think Gordon needs to reach higher levels of consistency. I think he's a bloody good player, but I disagree. I think Arteta would work with that, if I'm honest with you. 75 million for another right back. Crazy. Saliba, don't do us dirty. I hope he doesn't, but does he ask anything? And free transfers are becoming the norm. Next season, in my opinion, first 11, Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Tierney, Rice, Partey, Saka, Bueno, Lewis Skelly, Gyökeres. We need to get Gyökeres and Bueno through the door if that's the case. Big up Lewis Skelly. I don't think Tierney is going to be here. We don't know with Partey either, my dude. But yeah, Gyökeres is doing his thing. 13 GA in just 7 games. Yeah, you can say it's a Fugazi league, but at the end of the day, he'd score goals here, innit? Chelsea are interested in signing Gyökeres, but the Sporting striker prefers a move to rivals Arsenal, allegedly, people. And apparently, the price tag for Hugo Ekitike off topic has been risen to 100 million euros versus 80 that was previously reported. What is it saying here? What the hell is this? Come on, Daily Mirror, man. This is about Gyökeres. What's going on? Gyökeres makes statement on summer transfer as Arsenal eyes special agreement. Let's cut to the tosh. Gyökeres insists no one can predict what will happen after hitting another hat-trick with interest in him. Mountain. He has bagged against City as well in the champs, a hat-trick at that. He's linked with Arsenal and Man United, where his former manager is. Despite that, and we know Berta is apparently keen on him. Despite that, the 26-year-old has remained tight-lipped on his future and insists that no forecast can be made regarding his next move. No one can predict what will happen. We enjoy the moment. To be fair, he's focused on achieving of whatever he's achieving in Portugal with obviously Sporting. So it doesn't make sense him chatting really. What he's saying privately, if he was his friend or whatnot, who knows? He's been linked with United. That's inevitable. Arsenal, meanwhile, have continued to invest and will again have Champions League revenue. Their failure to sign a striker last summer has come back to bite them, true. And they're linked with a number of prolific frontmen, Gyökeres among them. After staying put in January, it was reported by The Sun that the Portuguese giants were willing to allow his exit should they receive a fee of between 55 to 70 million. As a show of gratitude towards the Swede, Gyökeres was asked about such agreement and he said, I can't say anything about that. Maybe he's being honest, but we don't know. Fabrizio has said that Gyökeres can leave Sporting for a fee of 65 million euros or 70 million quid package with add-ons in the summer. We've said we don't know about the agreement. He don't know about the agreement, but we'll have to see. He's someone that's going to be... You're going to see his picture in a lot of thumbnails across the summer from myself. Dean Heitson is set to join a Premier League club. Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs and United. Real Madrid like him, but they think his 58 million price is too high, and they're not even sure they want a centre-back this summer. You can see the 5 goals against a team with no striker, bro. You need to be fixing up defense. Real Madrid are preparing to go all out to beat Arsenal in the summer for Zubimendi. So yeah, that's being reported. We'll have to see how that works. Talks between Arsenal and Lewis Skelly are underway as a new deal is considered just a matter of time. Berta will lead the process with the club, and the player is very happy. Arteta considers him as a key piece of his team also in the future. I think my hot take is I think he's already showing he's a leader. I think he's gonna jump the levels in terms of the senior kind of leadership group, and obviously Odegaard's going to be here for a minute, but I see no reason as to if this guy doesn't carry on, why you can't be a future captain for this football club. Apparently it's not only Atletico Madrid from Spain that like Partey, but also Barcelona. Apparently they're interested in him, and apparently Partey is taking his time over his future. Apparently he's stalled on an Arsenal deal, allegedly, people. The Ghanaian midfielder has been offered a 1-year extension by the Gunners with the option of a further year. However, sources with knowledge of the situation have told Football Transfers that Partey is yet to accept the deal as he is carefully considering his next steps. A key meeting took place in January, during which the club formally presented their offer to Partey. The players' camp did not immediately provide a positive response, which I don't know if this is right, but there you have it. And again, while his time at the Emirates since his move from Atletico Madrid has been hit by recurring injuries, this season we know he's been fit and firing. And apparently Barcelona are looking at him, people, which Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, I couldn't begrudge you. Maybe even Real Madrid, I'm capping a bit. So yeah, everybody's reporting that Zubimendi is reportedly eager to snub Arsenal in order to join Real Madrid. Fair enough, Madrid and Madrid. There's rumours about Alonso and whatnot. We have previously heard that we're positive. Discussions have been held. We're going to trigger his release clause of 60 million. Real Madrid are known admirers. Equally, there's also rumors that say Real Madrid are not as keen. We'll never know, people, but that is what's being reported. I mean, if Zubimendi's your guy, go all out for him, but then I also have to see you pivot. It's as simple as that. We've gone over Gyökeres. Everybody's getting hijacked. Look, hijacks. Everything is a hijack. Big up Eddie Howe, people, and I hope he's doing all right. Apparently, he has told the board he wants to keep his best players this summer, including Isaac, who's been linked with Liverpool and Arsenal. Gitten's price has been dropped to 50 million. He's been linked with Arsenal, more so Chelsea and Bayern Munich. Zubimendi is prioritizing a move to Real Madrid, as we've gone over. I felt this was a bit left field, and I wouldn't mind it, actually, if I'm honest with you, for the squad. Allegedly, Arsenal are closely monitoring the progress of Brentford defender Nathan Collins ahead of a potential summer transfer deal. Wouldn't mind that, to be fair, for the squad. Zubimendi is the type of player Xabi Alonso likes, and the club considers the midfield incomplete without a controlling player, which is like me. Chelsea have joined the race to sign Hato, and Liverpool and Arsenal are apparently involved in that. Smash the like button. Real Madrid are onto us. As you can see, apparently they love Garcia. Now, Garcia's been in with Arsenal, with Leverkusen, with Atletico Madrid, with Real Madrid, with Manchester United, and so on and so forth, people. Marseille's forward Luis Enrique has been linked with Arsenal, Newcastle, and Aston Villa. I've read this before. I won't read it again. Also, people, I think Inter Milan are accelerating talks. We've been linked with Ousmane Dembele. Yeah, you're going to leave at PSG for us, where you're finally comfortable at PSG. I don't know. But it's nice to see him buy into stuff defensively, and I wouldn't be against it. We're among the clubs showing an interest in, allegedly, Ousmane Dembele. Fair play. 27 years of age, wouldn't mind you. Be a scary sight with the players we've got. Wouldn't mind it. But for the wages, for what you've got going on, and you're a key player to Luis Enrique, I can't see it happening. We're aiming to reach our second women's Champions League final after 06-07, people. One of you said in the chat we're losing to Lyon, so hopefully that's not the case. Arsenal could pivot away from signing Nico Williams to Ousmane Dembele. Silly season is upon us. Apparently, Brentford are braced for offers on Embuemo and Visa this summer. Anyone having anyone? Embuemo's the one for me, people. 52 goals for them. They're not missing Ivan Toney. Nottingham Forest had a bid for Visa rejected in January, and Bremo's been linked with Arsenal, United, and Newcastle, but Brentford are understood to have never received a formal bid for the Cameroonian. Brentford are resigned to the likelihood of interest in both players resurfacing this summer, and the club is succession planning as normal in case a high enough offer prompts them to sell either asset. The likes of Arsenal, United, Chelsea, Liverpool, as well as a host of major clubs on the continent will be in the market for attackers. Thomas Frank has reportedly insisted publicly on multiple occasions that Mbeumo and Visa are not for sale. Fair enough. Fair enough, man. You back Brentford to replace them, but yeah. Allegedly, we're set to miss out on Sesko as Manchester United sporting director Christopher Vival is pushing to sign him in the summer. So there's a fight for a player. Everybody wants everyone is what I'm learning here, people. Arteta willing to sell Saliba to Real Madrid. This is that Arda Güler thing. Yeah, F him right, mate. F him right. Arteta expects surprises from Berto. We've definitely gone over that. And what is this? We have placed a serious offer on the table for Nico Williams. With Barca's inactivity, Arsenal decided to take action. The London club, which has previously expressed interest, is willing to make a firm offer as soon as the summer transfer window opens. According to sources close to the player, the Gunners see Williams or Nico as a player to strengthen their flanks and are willing to pay the players 58 million euros release clause. Mikel Arteta has asked the club to make an effort to sign the Spanish international. He believes his profile would fit perfectly into Arsenal's system: speed, youth, and room for improvement. Furthermore, the possibility of playing in the Champions League and competing for titles in England is increasingly appealing to the player. We'll have to see, man. We would have to see. I don't know, man. We'd have to see. But I'd play him off the left. Obviously, he can play on the right and add an option in that. What's this? This has said we've been dealt a blow. Let's see what's going on. It's silly season, as we can see. What's this? I mean, Ollie Watkins is not playing a lot at Aston Villa. I think Emre's come out and spoken in relation to that. I only mentioned that because I just saw something there. Arsenal have been dealt a blow in their bid to sign Nico Williams this summer, as the winger is considering a move no one saw coming amid interest from Man City. Man City are also thought to be keen on him. I mean, he's been linked with everyone. What do we feel about that? And we all know about his 200 grand a week wages, man. Part of Nico's change of perspective is motivated by the team's excellent moment. Atletico's club is living one of its best seasons in years. And there's also been rumors he's going to sign a lifetime contract as well. It is qualified for the semi-finals of the Europa League, fights at the top of the table in La Liga, and has the chance, or better yet, the ticket for the next Champions League very close. Ernesto Valverde's project convinces, and in the locker room you can breathe ambition. Why leave now if the best moment is yet to come, is the question that hangs around in Nico's environment. At 22 years of age, he still has room for growth and knows that as a reference of the team, he can continue to shine in an environment he has known since he was a kid. From the Athletic Club, there has already been first contacts made to try and renew Nico. You know that release clause is going up. They know that if they want to maintain it, they must offer him a contract that is up to the interest he has aroused abroad. Adjustments to his termination clause there, so his release clause, smash the like button and subscribe, and a considerable improvement in his salary are also proposed. Nico, for his part, is open to listening. Although he has not closed the door to leaving in the future, he does not rule out staying in the short term. As long as a competitive project is guaranteed, his family, with Inaki as a reference within the club, also plays a key role in his decision. So there's a lot of rumours and whispers. We're plotting a move to sign a world-class midfielder. Who? I want to hear nothing about Zubimendi, but they're serious about their ambitions to win the Premier League. Partey's had a good season, but is he a top-tier player? They think they can do better. It looks like he's going to leave, and so is Jorginho. Declan Rice does a lot for that midfield. He works so hard and does a bit of everything. They want a midfielder who's going to get the best out of his qualities and abilities, so he doesn't have to cover for anybody else who might not be pulling their weight. If they can bring in a world-class midfielder, which is what they want, it would improve them significantly and help them title challenge. And yeah, we're still linked with Arda Güler, folks. What's this? Okay, we've gone over the Gyökeres thing. We know we're keen on him. We know David Ornstein said Gyökeres is liked by Berta. Arsenal look to have been handed a huge boost, as it looks like Ollie Watkins will be available this summer. You'd imagine he'd be moving on, if I'm honest with you. We've been linked with a whole bunch of strikers, people, and you know what's going on. So it wouldn't surprise me. I think Watkins is not going to be playing for Arsenal, but you never know in this world, man. Stranger things have happened. That ends the news part of where we is at, people. I don't see Arsenal signing Williams. Man said Osman Dembele. You know, you got to appreciate it. Shout out Vic Akers a million times. I think we should sign Kingsley Coleman instead of Nico Williams. Kwame, sorry, forget that. I don't rate Nico Williams. We need wingers who can score goals. I think he's ready to have an uptake. I hear the risk, but yeah, man, I'm on him. Smash the likes. Devastated we miss out on Sesko. Right. I'm having Sesko. I'm having a lot of the guys we're linked with. How long until Madrid get linked with Gyökeres? They've been trying to ruin our summer plans since that 3-0 at the Emirates. Collins was supposed to go Napoli last summer. Crazy. Very underrated. And where you look at how Brentford play football and how Arsenal play football, I'm on that. And he played well against us. I'm on that. Not to say he doesn't want to play, but I think he would know I'm not going to play too much. The problem is how much are Brentford going to ask? Leon are still winning? Unfortunately. Gyökeres has bagged in the championship in the Portuguese league, a league that Real Madrid usually raids. What we need, Garcia from Espanyol to cover, a centre-back to cover Saliba, CDM to cover Partey if he stays, another left winger, Ben Sehir from Monaco, I can't say his name, another cam, even if we get Buena, and a striker. We need players top to be competing for a place in the first 11. If Gyökeres can't bang at Arsenal, I can't lie, for me, it would be an Arteta thing, not a Gyökeres thing. In my opinion, Gyökeres needs to be our first target. But Gordon is an Arteta type player. Gordon is similar to Martinelli. His decision making is way better than Martinelli's. I'm not gonna lie. Apparently, Gyökeres prefers Arsenal. Yeah, we've heard that, but you see the thing with these rumors, they're just rumors. Because at the end of the day, we don't. 1 minute Zubamendi's rejecting this, and then he's going here, and then he's doing this, and then he's whatever. We've never had a conversation with Berto, with Arteta, with Gyökeres, with Sesko, with this one. So it's just whatever you choose to believe, man. Oh, we're scared of Dembele, mate. Different players, Bueno and Williams are not alike. Amen. If Sesko ever starts doing Trevor passes, hey, don't gas me. I'm not gonna lie, Saka, just get back to keeping it simple. Bueno's better than Williams and Leao. I like Bueno. I just have concerns about him physically in the Premier League, and I would have him, but I don't think you're necessarily what we need. I think we need an actual, more traditional kind of inside forward or winger. But I'm having him. I'm having a lot. Shane, one love, man. Zubamendi's overrated. Let him be overrated. As long as you're a good midfielder, why not, man? And to be fair, PSG, you should be buying all the best. You should be raiding Monaco for them top French talents. You should be taking Cherky off Lyon. DG, if Gyökeres doesn't come in the summer, I'm going to have to call Berta. I can't lie. I just need a striker. I want Gyökeres because he's 26. That tells me we're on win now mode. Obviously, we've dropped the ball in the Prem. We're in the semi-finals. I like Sesko. I think he's very raw and he needs a lot of polishing. But I'm beyond that. Is that Gyökeres, Sesko, this one, that one? Just make sure when the window closes, I've got a striker. Big up Marino. Big up Kai Havertz. I'm trying to see a traditional striker. I don't know who that is. That might just be one of them. You know, when they get you to say madness. I don't know who that is, so I'm not even going to attempt. Joseph, one love, man. Arteta's been suggesting he's never been the main guy on transfers recently, kind of throwing shade at Edu and the board for how they went about building the squad. So happy we have Berta. Yes, my keys are keeping Rice doing the box-to-box. Marino, false 9 versus PSG. Who replaces Partey? MLS the standout candidate. Stronger, faster, more dynamic, better tackler than Jorginho. Logic to it, but I think Jorginho. And if not, then I think you see Marino slot into midfield with Rice. DG thinking he's in anime. You're going mad. Would be interesting to see Partey, Rice, Marino, in brackets, Havertz, Rose, Saka, Wanyeri, 9, Martinelli. My team for PSG first leg: Raya, Timber, Saliba, Kivio, Tini, Rice, Lewis Skelly, Odegaard, Nelly, Marino, Saka. Wouldn't be against that. I hate the narrative that Pep ruined football. It's everybody copying him, trying to play out the back with dead teams like Southampton. I'm seeing League 1 and League 2 teams play out from the back. It's crazy. Big up yourself, man. I blame the managers for copying Pep. Bro, it is what it is. I haven't mentioned one live. Foxy is cool, man. It's all entertainment. That quote on Skelly in midfield reads he's not playing this. Smash the like button and hit the sub button. DG wants to go to the YouTube mobiles. I've invented that. Be nice if there was a YouTube mobiles. Why not, man? Bring all the influencers. The mood at Anfield can be so many different things. Either we're going there off the back of making the Champions League final directly after being out of every competition, giving them man a guard of honor. My guys could be drunk from celebrations. You man still won't win at Anfield. See you there. So many mods in DG Nation. Bro, we got you, man. Who better to look after the community than you lot? Another day to remind you, man, that DG has the coldest intro. You're far too kind. We deserve a prize, my guy. The fans, the manager, the club. Well, we need to win stuff. Smash the like button. Bro has tabs from 06 and that. Grow up. Yeah. Giving up my time to be here with you lot and talk football. Arsenal women's losing. Marcel, you're a hater. Does Liverpool have a women's team? Name one player. Name one player in 5 seconds. Even if they do, allow it. Do you lot have a women's team? You lot don't do what we do, mate. Odegaard has been so ish. Her bias towards 2 players, Rice and Odegaard, is hilarious. To be fair, I'm with the Rice stuff. I reckon who would ball in the 8 in the first time as PSG's fearless, but next season need an experienced 8. You got Peter Varane. Oh, you talk about Lewis Kelly. I don't know. He's like an endo. All right, fair enough. You never know. You never know, man. You can't blame me, man. Why do UK people struggle to pronounce names? I don't know, man. But we're going to learn, man. Soon we're going to be... You see, like when Kenny Ken puts the little accent on, I'm going to be like that, man. Just give us Gyökeres simple. I'm not going to lie. We should keep Kiwior and don't spend any more for the back line. Kiwior earned that after those performances. I hear you. But we probably need a left back. I'm on up. We need to sign some defenders, man. Collins doesn't have it. That's harsh. I'm on it because I'm not saying you're wrong because... Yeah, but we do this romantic thing. Like, you could argue Kiwior's stock is high. Should we just sell and upgrade? If Kiwior wants to stay and we can save some money and put it towards others, fair enough. But I just remember, it's not the same. But I remember Ainsley Maitland-Niles, your stock was quite high. We didn't sell you, is what it is. I don't think Zubi will be strong enough for the league. Just hope he can prove you wrong, man. Big up DG. This must be the last summer we should try for Nico. As soon as the window opens, we need clarity from his camp. If he's not sure, move on to other targets. Facts. Facts. I'm not surprised Zubimendi isn't keen in the Prem. I mean, if Real Madrid are onto you, yeah, you're going to want to go there, especially if Xabi Alonso's there, especially because they don't really have a midfielder like you. The one that they have in Modric, he's like, bro, man's 39. Yeah, they've got Chouameni. Yeah, they've got Bellingham. Yeah, they've got Camavinga, but none are like what Zubimendi is. And you stay in your homeland. And obviously, I want to win stuff at Arsenal, but it's probably guaranteed, near enough nailed on that Real Madrid are going to win it. You be there, man. You work for you play for them. You're gonna win a Prem and a Champs and all these Prem. You're gonna win a La Liga and the Champs and all the rest of it, man. Keep Kiwior. He's proved he's good enough. Has he really? I think he has. But being devil's advocate, is the case study that big? If he stays, he stays. But for Kiwior, does he want to go and leave? I don't know. Maybe we're given an offer that we can't refuse. Zubi would look good after 2 months. You're a madman. Martinelli deserves his props. 4 games straight, he's been cooking people on the left. My ball has regained his confidence. Martinelli's remembered he's Brazilian. He always goes through this. Every now, I don't think he upgrades his software, man. Every now and again, he does that, man. Like I remember when we battered Spurs and the ball came and he done that. It was lit. It was lit. DG's gonna be rolling his R's. Lovely finish from Mikel Merino. I used to call him Moreno. In a circle, used to hate that, you know. He bullied me into learning how to say Merino. He says, it's not fucking Merino. It's not fucking Moreno. It's Merino. Ah! Some of you kill me on the net, man. Brighton should be going for someone like Collins. Perfect replacement for Dunk, who's coming to an end now. True. Collins, he ain't got a sexy name. Geezer. Big up Aaron Talks Arsenal, man. You lot on to me. I'm licking my lips for this summer. Berta's going to cook. Seeing's believing. I'm going to give him a chance. On one hand, I don't want to put my faith in anyone and I don't want to gas you before you've done it. But on the other hand, he just seems... And it's mad because I actually don't know what you sound like. I haven't seen you give an interview. But you just seem like you know what... Your CV says one thing, but there's just something about Berta. You just look serious. You're just with this. Now, please don't let me down, man. If McAllister can play in the Prem in midfield, then Zubi can. Does Skelly have Partey qualities to play in the 6, or are we saying play in the 8? I can't lie, 6 for me. You know what? Just make him a box-to-box midfielder, man. He definitely could do that. So do DG next season. Who would you sign? It's Gyökeres mode, man. Gyökeres mode. Just get Gyökeres through the door. Nico Williams through the door. Have a conversation with Adeyemi and Ryan Cherky and see where their heads at. Why? Pause. And then yeah, man, is what it is. But on that note, though, people, I'm going to go gym. So, yeah, big up you lot. Make sure you're liking, you're commenting and subscribing. I always post up clips. I've got to go through. Big up Aaron and Kenny and Rashid. I've got to go through that and clip up some clips for you lot. Follow the second channel as well and follow on TikTok. Clip up that. Clip up Dan Potts one. Clip up Jess. Obviously, watch-alongs. There's just better content in it. So, notification bells. Subscribe. Check out the YouTube community tab. Big up you lot, man. We've been just over 90 minutes. It's a long 90 minutes on the DG stream. Longer than it is at the burner bar. So, yeah, you lot stay safe. Stay blessed. One love, man.